Words to live by, my friends. Words to live by. You know, guys, this isn't just a cool channel where we talk about cool models and cool toys and chat with cool people and hang out with cool people and do cool things. Sometimes I have to slave over a hot control stick and forced to hang out in these godforsaken locations, all so I can bring you the joy that is Max's models. But what happens when sometimes, and yes, it happens to all of us, you just don't have the mojo, you don't feel the muse, you don't want to build a model. And this happened to me today. Now, of course, I was busy doing taxes and bidding and a whole bunch of other paperwork and stuff, but I just had a case of the blasés. I've had this little Revell 176 scale Panzer Mark II sitting on my desk right here in the office for a while. I didn't have the energy to go out to the Tarbes today. I just felt like doing nothing but taking a long nap. So is it possible that there's a time when, you just shouldn't build? Model building, I don't want to make it sound like it's a nuisance, but this whole idea of this is supposed to be a relaxation and get away from things. You don't have to do it. If you don't feel like it, don't do it. But sometimes your models look at you and judge you and slowly pass judgment on you. Why are you ignoring me? I will not be ignored. And I feel kind of bad about it because, I've got this great facility. And by the way, I've been watching some YouTube videos lately of other people that have sheds and stuff. And whoa, some of them are bloody awesome. Guess I'm not the only guy that had that great idea. Oh, speaking of which, Trey at Trey's Models putting out some videos touring what he's got. You guys need to go check that out. I'll go find the link and put it below. But sometimes you're just not in the mood, and sometimes I almost feel like I'm cheating on my models because I'm not paying them the proper attention. Do I not appreciate them? Will they not appreciate me? What's wrong with me? And then I guess we all have those days where we probably just don't feel like we just don't want to do it. And I don't think you should force yourself. But at the same time, I'm one of those guys that if I just go out and get started, the muse kind of strikes, and sometimes just getting up and it's kind of like exercising. I hate to use that analogy. It's probably not fair, but if you just get on the exercise bike, if you can just get on the exercise bike and start pedaling, you'll do your 30 minutes. But today, maybe I was in the wrong mental place because, government paperwork, I got turns out I couldn't even finish it. I get some more forms and blah, 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 blah. Some stuff didn't come yet and that I need to do it. And I'm just like, and you would think that I would be turning around and building models to escape, if you're going to procrastinate, you want to procrastinate on doing your taxes, I'll go get started on a model and that will be an excuse not to do it. But I actually worked the other way around. When I was done with all the paperwork as far as I could go today, I just didn't feel it. And that's kind of sad in a way, but I don't know. I guess it's normal. So that's where it brings up the question, how often does the building muse strike you? Because sometimes when I'm, laid in bed getting ready to go to sleep, especially with this kit bash, I'll think about how do I want to do this model? And that's kind of the thoughts I have that put me to sleep. And then I'm excited to go out and do it the next day. But sometimes you're like, I'm just not feeling the styrene today. So does that ever happen to you guys? Do you ever have one of those off modeling days where you're like, you know what? I think I'd rather just go watch a few YouTube videos, watch somebody else build a model. The only problem with me watching other people build models on YouTube is they do such fantastic jobs. And I'm like, I really am not doing that great by comparison. But then again, I'm trying to keep it as a fun hobby. And some of these folks, they really have so many techniques and stuff. And I'm like, wow. Every once in a while, though, I get that desire with a certain kit that I'm going to do everything on this one. I'm going to do all the techniques. I'm going to make this standout model. And when I have that energy and that desire, it works out. But most of the time, I want to keep the builds. I guess the best way to describe it would be casual. And now you can't do that if you're building flying models. I've built enough RCs and stuff to know you have to be extremely precise with everything because it's got to fly. But anyway, but where the kits are concerned, one of the things I love about kit models is, your imagination can be your guide. And, you guys know that my standard is it looks good on the shelf. But every once in a while you get that kit you really want to do that spectacular job on, the kind of thing you might be actually willing to take to a model show or a convention. And then, of course, you get days like today where you're just like, just not feeling it. And then it'll strike out of the blue. Ooh, I have the need for styrene. And is this just me, or you guys occasionally get like that too? But, and I have both the Tarbis and a modeling station here in the office. So it's not like I have an excuse, but that was just the way I was feeling today. Maybe just because it's tax day. But anyway, by the way, for Ricky that's in the hospital, want to wish you well. So guys, take care of yourselves. Got a lot of pictures coming in for the next viewers build and starting to get more for the kit bash. I know some folks needed some more time. So I look forward to the great work you're going to do. And anyway, hopefully I can get my taxes done tomorrow. And maybe, maybe that'll put me in the mood to build. I'm one of those guys that when I have stuff like that outstanding, it kind of distracts me. So anyway, Mrs. Max's Models has been really great about, really cool with my whole, today. So God bless her. Guys, you take care of yourselves. Hope you're doing well. And as always, model on.